And the first thing I noticed when I took the neck off was that Monoprice drilled the holes in the body for the neck the proper size so that they don't bite in there. They're nicely done. They also had a little bit of lube on the screws so that they would go into the neck easier. So that was a good thing. I guess this container will be my container for the Monoprice parts. Is that it? Yes. Let's see what's under the hood. Short wires. Oh, look at that. There's some rough areas there as well, but swimming pool route out. Yay, you could do anything with this. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so the jack wires are a little short. Well, I've got some sawdust there. Okay, so we've got some big ceramic magnets here. At least they tied them together. They put a little piece of shrink tubing on here and just kind of left it as a sleeve. That's smart. Easy to do. So is a tie wrap. And because we've got the big swimming pool routing, you don't really have to worry too much about where the wires get placed coming down there. Not a lot of issue to put it back on. Its body is very light though. It's a very light wood. I'm not sure what it is, but it's very light, very soft wood. So we've got one cap. Do not have the magnifying glass over here, so I can't see what that is. So it shares a cap. That switch is a lot better than most of the ones that come on this thing. The pots are smooth, they feel good, and they worked good when I was playing it. So that's what's under the hood. I don't think I have a plan to change any of this electronic stuff except for the tone controls, and this pickguard will be changed out for a black pearl, which is more like a grayish black pearl set that'll go on the front and the back. I think that'll set off the black nicely as opposed to black on black. There'll be a little bit of contrast there. So that's what's under the hood for now, and there's nothing else we can do here at the moment except for this little wiring change. But I don't really have to worry about that until I unmount all of this stuff off of here and transfer it to the other pickguard. Alright, so that's it for now. Next segment when I've got some more parts. Boys and girls, it was just yesterday I was saying in the last segment I have to wait until parts come in, and my little Chinese friends must have heard me that I was really wanting this quickly because it's only been about 2 weeks, so instead of the slow boat I think they put it on the fast plane and got it to me through all of the postal stuff. So this is the color I've chosen. To replace the parts on. Leave that in the bag. place the parts on here. Well, they've got shield, and it's not just this paper stuff, it's actually a pretty nice one. Okay, I've disconnected the 3 wires that needed to be disconnected. I just want to check out the holes and see what I'm looking at. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Where are the holes? Oh, they're just off a little bit. New. I can't see because of the paper. That'll be new. Oh yeah, that's new because the hole is over. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. It's not in the frame. This hole is not there. So that one's higher. This one's lower. This one is really close. That might fit. That one is just out. So if I make these 2 here fit, that seems to be okay there. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to need to fill many of these, because that's really off. That one's really off. So yeah, I might only need to do something with this one down here because it's really close. No, I don't think so. Let's see. It will cover it, but I think all I'll have to do is drill new holes in there. I think that looks a lot nicer on this guitar. It kind of gives it a better contrast than it's black on black, and then the white pickups and knobs on that I think is going to be pretty nice. It's got a nice thick plastic on there. So I have to dismount all of this stuff. Well, I've got the bodies polished up. This one and the Kramer while I had that polishing out. Okay, that's all the knobs. This little string is handy. Yeah, so screws. I'm a little bit hoarse today. I know that's a joke that somebody always pulls on you. Whoop. Now we got to play with all these springs. Boink. Alright. Make that useful for something. Okay. I want to check the cap. Stand by. I still didn't get my magnifying glass. So the cap was a 47, and I'm putting in a 22 instead. There, we can say the 22 is now installed. And there we go. Yeah, the holes in this pickguard are made for the bigger pots, should you have any. Get that started. So when it's all mounted like this, it's not really that difficult to, change these things over, as long as you don't get the nuts on cross-threaded. course, that one's giving me trouble. So is that one. Why? It doesn't seem to matter what you do. There's always something. Oh, I see why. Something I forgot to check is the anti-rotation pips on the pots. Yeah, the other pickguard had the holes for them. Something always unexpected happens. Something always unexpected happens. See these anti-rotation pips right here, they have to be taken off. They're usually not that hard to do. Usually. They're just white metal and they break off fairly easy. That one was easier. This one's on the other side. There. Okay, we're back in business. Let's try it again. While I'm here, might as well take this off so that I don't have to try to get it off around all the screws and things afterwards. This is a Fleor brand. Carry a very big brand of many things. I'm going to pop those just so I can see the holes. And I need to go and put some screws in there. Okay, let's try it again. Shouldn't go cross-threaded this time. Usually there's a star washer or those pips that go underneath. I don't have any star washers at the moment that I could use. Where's my extra finger that I need for that one? Oh, it's right beside it. There you go. Sometimes you just need 3 hands. Sometimes 4. And then you figure out how to MacGyver it. Alright, so we'll tighten that up in a minuto. Oh yes, and I have to cut the slot. I have to cut this slot. Maybe I should do it from the back. And there we go. Another thing that won't go off my fingers. Static. Static, static, static. So now, that should fit in there quite easily. Holes for the screws should be easily evident. Like that. Once you get one on, Don't really have to worry too much about the switch falling out anymore or alignment. You just have to swing it into place. Yeah, doesn't that look easy? These holes are not countersunk for those screws. So just snug, that's all it takes. Kaboom. Alright, let's just give this a little bit of a extra snuggie. Just got to hold them in the back so that they don't turn. It's just snug. Because it's not like you're going to be wanging on these knobs at the end points to make them want to turn on the pickguard. Okay, this 10 is most common. I'll leave it on there. Pickups, 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 pickups. Okay, so this one is usually the more difficult one. Oh yeah, I've got holes in that too. Do I have a little... Makes it easier to see. Machine screws and the long springs. Alright, let's try the furthest one. Oh, the holes are too small for the screws. These ones are okay, but those holes are too small for the screws. Okay. See, I told you there's always something. So it looks like it's a 5/32. Let's just check her out. Yes, indeed, that's exactly it. Slow and steady, especially since my finger's behind there. Ta-da! And there we go. And whoops, the springy is springy. And the magnets are magnetic. Come on. Try to match the hole. There we go. With that. And then you can even use your chin to hold things, which would be the third hand. Now on some pickguards, those screw holes are also countersunk, but on this one it is not, and that's okay. So now all I need to do is reconnect the ground. Here's our nicely polished body, all squeaky. I'm getting handprints on it already. Black. Blackened handprints, huh? Right, shake some dust off of that. Alrighty. Turn the soldering iron on. So these two grounds, go together. Oh, and on the switch, all I had to do here was move the red one from the end to the up to there, and then take a little bit of extra insulation off the blue and just bridge these two. Hopefully I did not screw that up. And then this white goes to the output right there. Ooh, threading the needle. I should have put the white on first. Now, boys and girls, does it. Don't like the look of that solder joint. So soldering too is also not difficult. It's just a matter of getting it hot, making it nice and clean, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Now I should not have any fitment problems with wires and things because it's a swimming pool cutout. Woohoo, look at that. Knobs. Look at that. So let's get a couple of screws. We'll anchor beside the bridge. Now these holes are countersunk. Just snug, because this body is soft. So looking at the other holes, yes, I need to drill every one of them. Okay, so I'm going with a 5/64, and that's because I want the screw to have some bite. In the hole. I don't want it going past the tape. Okay, you didn't need to hear me make all the noise with the vacuum cleaner. Tone, tone, tone. So it's going to be on 10. I like to have the 10 kind of facing me that way. Okay, boom. All these screws on the table makes it easier. Kind of happy with that. Ooh, we got dirt on the back. We got another rag. No matter how many times I vacuum off my table, there's always little bits and pieces that are on it. Anyway, and I have to clean all these little pips off this bench again. Look guys, the neck is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But as I mentioned before about how there's always something, I forgot to put one screw in here. Always something. The pickguard has got a tiny little lip right there that's going to have to be shaved back so that I'll be able to get the side of the heel in there. So an unexpected thing to do. And I don't think I'm going to dismount the pickguard to do that. I'm going to go put the screw in. I'm going to get my Dremel out. I'm just going to shave that off a little bit. It's going to make little bits of plastic everywhere to make a mess. Well, my nice clean body is not so nice and clean anymore. Alright, let's check it. Oh, I see holes. Yay! Alright guys, I think this looks pretty damn good. Much more better. Oh, and I did the tap test. Everything works as prescribed. Alright, I think I'm going to put a set of 10s. Got to go see what I've got. Yep, this came in with 10s, so I'm going to put another set of EXL 110 on them. On it. In there. And it ought to be great. Be back in a sec. Okay gang, it's strung. Needs to sit for a while to get a pressure on the neck again. And then we'll see what all has to be done. It'll all have to be adjusted a little bit, I think, especially the truss rod. It's been loose for a few days now. I think everything else should be okay though. My intonation should be pretty much bang on. I didn't touch the bridge. I put 10s back on. And once I get the pressure up, that should work. Well, here we are. After the final bits and pieces are together. Haven't cut the strings again, as usual. I wait. Everything seems to be going well. And everything is functioning as expected. We're back on the 65 Basic Deluxe. is the bridge. So these pickups are stock. That's what came in it. The neck, look at that, beautiful, matches nicely. And this pickguard really sets this off. I like that a lot. Okay, so the tone control now works for the bridge. And with the 22, you get a lot more travel before it gets to this darker. You get a lot more control with a 22 there. Now in the next position, these two are together, so as I said, this tone control or this tone control will work because this one's hooked up to there and this one's hooked up to there, and now you've got this switch putting them in parallel, so either one of these will use as tone control. Watch. In the middle, it's only that one. Nothing. Position 4, these two. So again, this one will work for both. Neck only, this one works for that. So everything works as expected. It's set up really good. It's the cat's meow now. I like it. So that's going to be the end of the Monoprice Cali Clasic Strat. Thanks for watching.